Peace, reflections. I am you, and you are I. Universe. Eon. Tapping in. Let me turn this light so y'all can see me a little bit better. We in the kitchen with it, just vibing downstairs. It's fucking 3:30. We in the Witcher's hour with it. You know, when the veil be thinnest in the realm. I be waking up always around 3, bro. Like, I'm always awake around 3. There's a deeper meaning to it. Look, my ether getting more locked up. I just need to stay consistent with it. You feel? I gotta keep at it. I gotta keep it maintained and show it love. You feel me? Like, it's a work in progress with the way I'm doing it, right? Because I'm hand locking it myself, right? So I just gotta keep like showing it attention. It's like a plant, right? Like, I gotta water it every day, and eventually, like in a month or a couple of months, like it's gonna be fully locked. You feel me? But it's like, how much does it realistically really take once I already got the coils formed and each one in a lock, to just keep twisting it at the end if it comes a little bit undone? And it's more so a thing of just, I say, showing love and like a work in progress. And it's like a external manifestation of working on myself in the external form, because it's like showing me through the journey of how to take care of like each lot. It's like showing me how to be more aware and like in the present, and how to just like show like better attention to something in the same way you would show a plant. That's why I compared it to like a plant, or when you work on a project, or you bring something to life as a creator, right? Because as a creative, and this is why creation is truly feminine in its pure aspect, right? Like, everything comes from like source, and source is feminine, because the act of creation itself is a feminine aspect, in the sense of like that, those deeper energies of feeling, to feel the surge of where you're pulling the creativity from, the aspect of birthing this thing to life. Because what I'm getting at is, and other people have said this as well, where it's like, for example, as a musician, or when you make a song, right? It's like, this is your baby, and you're bringing that to life. Now, there's people who don't do that, and their music is very shallow, it's very empty, it's very hollow. But I'm saying those who are actual real musicians, like, they make really good music, like when you actually make people feel through your music, right? And you actually put time and effort and real energy into it, like those people who make those songs that move you, that person birthed that into life. Like, that's real energy, that's real creation, right? Everything is energy. So when you understand that everything is energy, it's like everything around you is energy in its own form, being created, being made. All these different circumstances are perfectly adding up for this thing to be in that physical condition, right? Like, for a banana, look at these bananas over here on the table, right? For a banana to be a banana, all these different factors within all the molecules, all the atoms, all the particles, everything that the genetics, all the materials that was used to build and tell this banana to be a banana, through its genes and genetics, like the soil itself that carried all the things that created this banana, right? It's like all those factors is all energy in all its different forms, working to create a new form of energy, right? So that banana in its pure form is really just energy, vibrating at a certain frequency, to appear within the form of that banana. And once the energy changes, and everything is always changing, so you see the banana, it ripens, but eventually past ripening, it becomes rotten. But what this is telling you is that everything is moving. Even the wood, even the metals, they'll break down, they'll rust, this house will decay. And in 5 years, if no one was here to cut anything down, all the plants and everything would overgrow over the house. It would be overgrown, looking like Jumanji. And that's one thing too, don't even get me started on that. I want to see what my plant looks like when y'all aren't around to kill it. Tell me the real reason why there's a whole government sect of operative government agents riding around in those white construction cars that ride around every city, town, and they ride around killing all the trees and all the plants that grow. Like, they'll have all these people paying, or that you gotta pay to have people come cut your grass and cut your lawn. But if you don't cut it, you don't even know that they're going to come and do it. Like, they're the ones that are scared of nature. They're the ones, like the system, the government. Like, all the time they're killing nature, and we never really see what the plants are. My theory is that all around us, majority of all the plants you see, they grow into trees. And all the trees, if they didn't get chopped down, would grow 10 times bigger. There were giant trees all over the realm. This is being revealed, along with the giant bones of my ancestors, along with all the giant fossiled versions of all the different plants, mushrooms, and different things that were on a much giant, bigger state. And they hint at this through their science by saying that billions of years ago, you see how they place it far off in the psyche? They're telling you the truth, but they tell you it in a way to disconnect you to where it doesn't like feel like it's relevant to your soul. But they're telling you the truth in some form. When they say things like, back in the day, billions of years ago on the planet, the oxygen, there was much more oxygen, quote unquote. They're hinting at the air being different, the atmosphere being different. They say it was a lot hotter, like the whole planet was tropical. Get what I'm saying? There was no winter or cold anywhere on the planet. Get what I'm saying? Like, they literally are telling us the truth of our planet. They tell us it was all one constant called Pangea, and it still is. Get what I'm saying? We're on the ancient landmass of Atlantis. It never sunk. Like Malcolm X said, Plymouth Rock landed on us. They didn't land on Plymouth Rock, nigga. Plymouth Rock landed on us, on our ancestors. Directly. They landed on us. And they came and seeded the land for themselves. And when Christopher Columbus and them folk came, how did they even describe my ancestors? Black skin. They didn't even they said they were black with big lips and negroid features. Big afros. Everywhere you see all these structures and all these ancient cultures. All these structures and all these ancient cultures, you see big nose, coiled ether, carbonated, dark skin, negroid, quote unquote, African, quote unquote. Everywhere you see a quote unquote black person outside of Africa, they're somehow African. Make it make sense. Y'all came to Africa where they didn't even call it Africa, and then y'all renamed Africa after Scipio Africanus, a Roman general, human white conquistador, because we know the human beings, white people are the real human beings, and black and Latino people, our real name is Anunnaki gods. That's our real species, carbonated beings, manifestations of the universe, the soul, from higher dimensions. White people come from this dimension. They're physical beings full of ego, material beings. This is why they're so full of greed and physical dominance and controlling this physical reality and gripping and clutching onto all the physical reality, and they only see life through a logical, like numb, like not really connected to a higher power. Most of these white people and human beings lack real energy, a real spark of life. They see life in this numb, dead, 3D, dog-eat-dog world. They'll tell you it themselves. That's how a lot of these human beings think. A lot of these white people. Meanwhile, so-called black Latino people, we be the most religious. Want to know why? Because naturally we're spiritual. We're spiritual naturally. So they got a lot of us just under the spell of religion. So what we naturally are connected to within life, a lot of us are being fooled, and the wool is being pulled over our eyes to have that natural connection be siphoned and used by these people under their religions to drain all that energy from us and have us externalizing our power to these false gods outside of us, right? Ashe. You feel? But we be the most religious because we got the real energy, you feel me? But so with all that being said, right, let me get into what this video is actually about, right? Which is the title of the video. It's already been like about 10 minutes in the video. We ain't even get into the whole, you feel me, nitty gritty of anything, right? Let me put the phone on the charger a little bit. I'm gonna have to stay in here while it's charging. Just staying here because my shit on what? I should have switched to the other phone. This shit on 3%, right? But so look, we're 10 days no meat. 10 days back on track to being cleansed from dead flesh. You feel me? It is July 18th, Saturday, 2026. You feel I? You feel I? It was what? Around like July like 8th, right? July 8th, July 9th, where I relapsed and ate meat again. After being in a little rut of like a multi-day / like a week-long period of eating meat on and off, after initially relapsing like more than 10 days ago. Because before I relapsed 10 days ago, it was like 5 or 6 or 7 days before that I first relapsed after having meat out of my system for like 180 days. The longest I ever I haven't eaten meat up to this point. And even though during that I wasn't fully plant-based to the level I was prior to being within that energy cycle, because that was the third energy cycle of being cleansed from meat. Energy cycles as in containers of a period of time are experienced contained within the start to ends of when that thing began and when it ends. So my first energy cycle would be my first attempt, the first experience of however long I went fully clean from meat for an extended period of time, which was like, I think like 90, 60 or 90 days, 70, something like that. I don't think I reached up to 100, but I was definitely like multi-month long. Like, you feel me? My first time cleansing from meat, which was like a year ago. Then after that, I relapsed. And after that, I went like over 100 days, right? Like 100, like I think 30, 40, 150. I gotta look back because my whole thoughts are scrambled right now. But the second time I went over 100 days, it was close to 180, but it was like 30 to 40 days short. Like, it was like a month. Like, there was definitely a big chunk of time I added on to this most recent attempt, to where I really kicked it further down the road than I ever gone. Like the energy of like me being free from no meat. I pushed it further this time than I've gone before. So I pushed it past the limits that I've gone. So, you feel me? I pushed that line even further. And so now I'm within my fourth energy cycle, or at least that's what I'm aiming for. That's what I'm trying to get into, because I don't consider it to be the actual energy cycle until it is that I fully kick the meat again. So however it takes for me to actually kick the meat and for me to get back into that energy of being fully cleansed from meat, and once I'm in there and I'm fully cleansed from meat and I go for a good amount of time, then it's like, okay, if I relapse, then that's just the end of that energy cycle. But I gotta first get my feet in the door energetically. If I don't feel like I'm really in that state of where I'm cleansed from the meat and I'm still battling it, then I'm not even gonna start the energy cycle in my being or in my soul, or start tracking it yet, because it's just I'm gonna end up relapsing. If I feel like I'm still like in the energy of eating the meat, then why would I start trying to track not eating the meat if it is I'm just gonna keep, you feel me, fucking it up over and over and over again for a bit? You feel me? Let me just start when I know I'm actually fully away from it energetically. And that's what I've been doing, right? So now I'm 10 days free from meat, right? 10 days back to being free from dead flesh. And I like to just call it dead flesh straight up, because it helps you see it a lot better for what it is. It sounds a lot less appetizing when you just call it a dead body, don't it? It starts to break the illusion, because that's the problem. That's what got you eating it. You think it's something else than a dead body. You're not really fully seeing it as a dead body. And if you actually are and you still choose to eat it, like these farmers who kill their own animal, like those are a whole different breed. Like, those are the people we really need to watch out for. The people who actually kill the animals. Because 99% of people don't be killing animals that eat them. 99% of all the people who are eating these animals are eating dead flesh. They don't actually kill the beings they're eating. And if they had to be around the process of that being dying before they ate it, I bet you they would be so disgusted and wouldn't even want to eat it. Like, if you saw the animal die, saw its dead body, and then saw it being chopped up and put on your plate, I bet you would not want to eat it. You would be repulsed. You would think you're going to die if you eat it. That's why I would think, like, I think if I saw a deer get killed, and then you take that deer and you cut up its body and give me the guts from inside this deer to eat, and I see it and I saw it, so you can't then, or a cow, right? Same with a cow. Like, let's say you chop the cow's leg off, because let's just be raw, because I mean, you're eating beef. Why are you trying to? If I say, oh, you chop a cow's leg off and you eat the leg, that sounds crazy to you, right? That sounds like I'm being super extra, right? No, I'm just describing it in what it literally is in a way you don't want to hear. So I'm saying, if you were to chop a cow's leg off and bite into the leg, like, that shit doesn't sound like something you'd be able to do, does it? I bet you majority of all the people for all the so-called history never really ate meat like that. And we're just living in an illusion in this current system to where they have all the machine, they have this machine of Babylon, this whole machine within what we're all within, pumping out this meat. And it's them who's supplying it to us and telling us that we always ate it and that it's normal. What if we just started eating meat? What if we never ate it before they were there to pump it to us? And then, well, like, because I'm saying, when we had to go get it ourselves, I bet you most of us didn't. I bet you we were just eating plants. Because that's literally what makes sense. Like, if you're out in nature and you're aware of what all these different plants are because you grew up around nature your whole life, you're in tune with nature on a deeper level, so you built a relationship with these different plants. You know which ones are harmful and which ones are beneficial. You understand how to read nature, right? Because you grew up in nature. It's like you're gonna why would you go out your way to go and kill a being and feast upon its dead body when you can take something that's full of life, the opposite of that death from the dead body, the things that the animals are eating that you are eating the animals to get anyway. You're getting passed down and hand-me-down energy. You're eating the animals to get what the animals get from the plants. And really, even if you want to talk about the plants get their energy from the sun. So this is why we talk about how we eat the sun. It's a divine science. When we're in a higher state, the states we fell from, when we're in our higher evolutionary state, higher biological state, like our highest biological capacity as so-called blacks, Latinos, in our highest form, we eat the sun. Literally, we eat the sun. We just fell from that state, from all the poison, all the toxins, all the genetic tampering, from them taking us out of nature and putting us in an artificial habitat, putting cloth on us shrinking in size, them polluting the air, them feeding us these horrible man-made foods, this weaponry called food, to modify you from the inside out, to experiment on you in all the ways they seem fit, for there's no better way to get into you and into your brain and into your whole being than food and what you drink, because it literally seeps into every part of you, all your cells, your tissues, your organs, your whole entire brain, your heart, everything is being covered and coated and filled with whatever you're putting in your mouth. It's being made of whatever you're putting in you. So you literally are what you eat. Like, your whole body literally is what you eat. And this is, again, how everything is energy. You're a container of energy that's a combination of all the energies that you take on within your whole life, making you who you are up to this point. So all the energies you ever absorbed up to this point and put into yourself up to this point is what's making your current energy. And your energy now will evolve and change based upon the new energies you absorb in the future, quote unquote, right? In the times to come, quote unquote, within quote unquote time, because we know time is an illusion, but within the energy cycles to come, to better say it, right? So within that being said, this is how everything is energy. If you really understand what I mean by that, you can really understand reality around you the more you meditate upon that everything is energy. Just let that sink into your soul. And as much as you think you get it, you still haven't gotten it. I'm saying that to myself too. However deep you think you understand that, you can go way deeper, and you can still go deeper, because everything is energy. Everything is energy. Everything is energy. Everything is energy in all its different forms, and all we're doing is feeling, interacting, and experiencing all these different energies as we go throughout life. All these energies are carrying out what they are, singing their frequencies out into life. You feel me? And this is why it's the you and I verse. This is the musical verse of you and I. That's what life is. Life is music. And when I say music, I don't say that to give praise to the spell of muse, to be tricked. I say that for lack of better terminology, for y'all to understand that real thing that music is outside of the spell being placed on it to call it music, because they place a negative spell on it to contort and corrupt the energy of music. Because if you call, like, it's like if I call you ugly, you might not be ugly at all, but if I call you all these nasty things and I beat you up and I make fun of your face and your appearance, I'm shooting that toxicity at you, and I'm changing your being if you let me into you and you believe what I say, right? So if music, before being called music, is this beautiful relationship within life of creating these frequencies and sounds to uplift souls and just fill everything with life and beauty, right? And art, right? It's like when they call it music and place the spell of music upon it, they're corrupting the energy to tell the thing that it should be mused. It should be used to muse people, to trick people. And this is why you see the current state of music. A lot of these celebrities and rappers and people who are musicians are witches and warlocks and wizards and people in a fallen frequency, tricksters, shapeshifters who cloak themselves and pretend to be something they're not to trick the masses in their false lights, false prophets, pulling the masses away, distractions, pulling you from tapping into your true self. So this is truly why they even created the spell of calling music, having you mused within sickness, muse sick. But nah, like, for real though, right? Back to what I'm saying, like, everything is energy, right? And so you're just a combination of all these different energies that you put into yourself, that you're around. Like, all the different energies and all these different levels is what's making up your being, right? Whether it be your physical body that's being made of all the different things that you eat, or physical items, like all these solids that you put into you make the solid that you're within. Get it? And the liquids as well. And it's like liquids is what? Solids vibrating at a faster frequency. So what's in the solids and the liquids? Energy. So really it's energy vibrating at different rates to materialize or to appear in different solid states. I'm going to repeat that again because I slurred a little bit. Everything is energy vibrating in certain vibrational rates to appear in different density states. Different states of matter. You feel I? And so your body is made up of all the solids and the liquids and all the energies you absorb within this physical realm. And then how you feel within your soul, it's like that's a combination of all the thoughts you have, all the energy you absorb within the people you're around, like more raw, pure energy, right? Like energy in its pure form. Because the more you get to feeling energy in its pure form, it's you literally just feeling the raw energy of something. Like when you're around someone, you just feel this energy beaming off them. Before it converts into the energy that makes them them. Like all the energy's in them. It's not all coming from the food, but for example, it's like that energy is being pulled from the solids and the liquids that you're putting in you, and you're pulling this energy and burning it up to fuel all this energy into a higher form that converts into you just feeling that energy of someone who feels peaceful or chill, or all those are cool, or all these are kind or sweet. It's like all these different words to get at what's behind the word of the state of that person's energy. And within that person being that energy is being created by all the different vibrations and frequencies they take upon themselves and absorb. You feel But so yeah, we're 10 days no meat. I'm getting back on track. I'm cleansing from this man-made food. You feel I'm going through my whole journey, doing what I gotta do to be fully plant-based and heal myself and tapping on very deep levels. You feel And yeah, so I'm getting myself right. I'm picking myself up from relapsing on meat again, and I'm moving with the intention as is that I do every time I do this, to never eat meat again. Every time I rise up and cleanse from eating dead flesh, I treat it as if this is going to be the time I get it fully right. And that's how you gotta go. That's how you gotta carry yourself. Like, for example, if you are on a sports team, you're not gonna go in there thinking you're gonna lose, no matter how much that evidence is pointing in the direction that you might lose. You gotta go in there still thinking you're gonna win, no matter how much the odds are stacked against you. You gotta go in there thinking you're gonna win. Like, for example, even though I don't promote gambling, I don't gamble. Gambling isn't good. But let's say a poker player, right? If you're walking up to the poker table, you can't go up there thinking you're gonna lose already. You gotta go up there thinking you're gonna win. You gotta carry that frequency of winning and keeping the mentality that you're going to win, and do all you can to win before losing. But you're not going to lose before you lose, so why worry about losing before you actually lose? If you happen to lose, let it come when it comes and learn from that loss. But everything is geared towards pointing you to winning, even the losses. Because what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, strong enough to overcome those obstacles. So within that being said, every time I break free from man-made food and from dead flesh, I move with the intention, especially from the dead flesh, because the dead flesh is the first and biggest obstacle, and everything else comes a lot easier. It's like once I kill the head, the giant falls. Once I get rid of the biggest, darkest, nastiest, strongest spell of this man-made food being the dead flesh, everything else loses its power. It starts to break down. The power of the rest of the food starts to break down and get a lot weaker. It starts to lose its power within the spell of man-made food. And so I start to be able to cleanse and heal from everything else. Naturally, it becomes a natural process after cleansing meat of then cleansing everything else. Because after I stop eating meat, the rest of the food doesn't even taste the same. All the rest of the food just starts breaking down within any presence it had in my being, because my whole body starts to change within how it's running, the way it's like moving, the whole way I'm alive, right? Like my biology starts to change. So I don't need to eat as much. My body doesn't even agree with the food as much anymore. It starts to hurt my being, and it already has. It's just you be numb to it. So the food, instead of even giving me anything, it starts to hurt my being more and more, and I get stronger and healthier the less I eat. And if I do eat, then I'm eating plants and fruits that strengthen and heal my being and fill I with life. And it's crazy how you can have two different spectrums within this, what they call food. And that's how I know fruits and plants aren't food. They never were food. Fruits and plants existed before they created food and then called fruits and plants food. Fruits and plants always existed until we always ate. It was around like the 1800s, the 1700s, the 1900s, whatever, blah, blah, where they started, all this food. They started making all this man-made food. And, then they call fruits and plants food. But fruits and plants were just fruits and plants. And food is food, right? But within thinking it's all food and calling it all food, you have fruits and plants, and you got meat and soda and Swiss rolls and pizza rolls and horrible shit. Reese's Pieces and Sour Patch and all these horrible, life-robbing, toxin-filled shit. You got them being called the same thing as fruits and plants. Make that make sense. So you got one thing which gives you life and one thing that's killing you, and it's both called food. I'm saying, how can it be food? Like, how can this... Because food is supposed to be this thing that you eat to give your life to give your body energy and build your body and help you, quote unquote, right? But really, most of these foods aren't helping us, they're killing us. But then the fruits and plants, they call that food as well, and that actually does the complete opposite of what something like pizza rolls or Pop-Tarts does. Like, an apple is the complete opposite of a bag of chips. An apple is the complete opposite of spaghetti. A banana, an orange, a watermelon, grapes are a complete opposite from macaroni and cheese, from eggs, from a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, from all this horrible shit, you feel me? So it's like, how can they be the same thing? It's like, how can fruits and plants be the same thing when they're completely opposite? It's a completely different thing. Most of these foods don't even really come from the soil. They aren't this living plant. Like oranges, apples, fuck even calling them oranges and apples. Within its essence, it's just this living plant full of life, filled with all the things in it to fuel you, the real things your body needs. Not all these lies they're telling you that's in these fake foods that they're telling you your body needs and it doesn't even really have it. The oranges, and one orange has way more and will give your body way more than if you eat a million fucking pastas. I would argue the more you eat this man-made food, the more you're digging yourself into the grave. So the further you're getting away from anything that you'll get by eating an orange. So then you would have to eat an orange to replenish everything you lost from eating these so-called other foods, these man-made foods, the real food. Because again, fruits and plants and oranges and apples, fruits and plants aren't food. They just group it in with food. Food is only that which is made by these human beings, these white people, or just any being in any form within being a man-made, concocted, artificial creation, replicated after real edible solids with real life energy. The only solids you should be eating, if you're eating solids, is fruits and plants. As all the things that sustain your being. And the more you build up and strengthen and fill your being with all the things you really need, the more it is that you'll be able to not need to eat as much and run on that energy of nature and the air, and you'll be able to be outside for hours at a time and not need to drink or eat anything because your body is filled with everything it needs. It's not in a depleted state. The reason you need to drink water all the time, you're always thirsty, you always feel like you need to munch on something and eat, is because your body's depleted and it's craving for what it really wants, that which is in the fruits and the plants. But you never eat that. So you just keep digging yourself into a grave, robbing your body, not even knowing you're robbing your body, by clawing at these things that you think are feeding your body at a desperate attempt to feed your body, when really it's doing the opposite of feeding your actual body, like nourishing your soul. It's not actually nourishing your body when you eat any of this man-made shit, any of this man-made stuff, anything in this fridge, anything on top of the fridge, anything in these shelves, you feel me? Any of this man-made shit, none of it is feeding your being, bro. All of this shit is a science project. Experiments on you. You're the rat. You're the guinea pig. You're the one that's getting experimented on. They call it food, but anyone can think of any idea, make it out of anything, make it edible enough, chewable, make it close enough to being edible. It can be made out of anything. And they just make up a name, make up a brand, marketing, play with colors, and literally study how to play with your brain to make you like you feel me, pulled to the color. Like, you feel me? It makes it literally. They designed this shit to literally hijack your brain. Like, that's why when you see Cheez-Its or something like that, and if you're addicted to the food, it literally plays with your brain to make you crave it. And it's like you're fighting it just by looking at it. If you're in that reality where it's about to clutch on you, you feel I? It's like just by looking at it, it starts to activate those spirits in you. Those spirits start clawing at you, those gluttonous, archonic, negative, parasitical spirits that feed on your body when it's in the toxic state. They're calling on you to re-put this toxic energy in you so you can be in a low frequency, susceptible to them feeding on you. Because they can only feed on you, these archons, these negative spirits, these parasitical entities that feed on vessels. Because lots of physical vessels in the spiritual realm, right alongside this one, it has all these things riding them, and we just don't see it unless you open your third eye. So a lot of us got all these things riding us on our being, draining our energy, pulling us down, shrinking our aura. And these beings, to keep us in that state to where they can feed on us, they're the things that have us craving all these horrible, toxic shit. Picture like an alcoholic. That's an extreme example. That's someone who's even in the even deeper reality of being possessed by a physical medium of toxicity to fill them with negative spirits. Because alcohol is an even more toxic physical substance. So you see how everything is energy? You can have high vibrational liquids that are super good for the soul. Like, for example, organic orange juice. That's something that's super good for the soul. That's a high vibrational liquid that's getting closer to higher frequencies and getting closer and closer to higher densities. You know, like, a higher vibrational you go within each density, you get closer. And yes, I'm roll. I gotta use the bathroom. I'm just keeping it roll. I'm real over it. We're all done to, right? I'm not gonna do anything to fuck up, like, moving the camera in any type of way. Like, I'm smart with it, but we're just channeling. I'm a real person, you feel me? I'm doing the same shit we're all doing within all our bodies. I'm literally just myself. What do we hide from each other for? All this hiding, when even Trump has to sit his ass on a toilet while he's texting all that racist shit, while he's doing all this horrible shit across the planet. Even Trump gotta sit there in his body on a toilet and take a shit. All these celebrities and stuff will do all this stuff to create a false image to make them seem greater than a person. So I'm like you're not. I'm shying away from using the word human, but the word would be to dehumanize, but not in a negative way, but more so make it seem like they're more than a human, and we aren't human. But I'm saying, for lack of better terminology, like, well, actually not, let me not even use that spell. Just like the relatability aspect, like bringing a person down to quote unquote earth, right? Grounding someone in reality, right? Like, we're all in the same body, bro. We all have the same body in the sense of, like, we all had the same function. Now, it sucks that there's people who are born with disabilities, and there's people who, you know, feel me, come handicapped. And my theory would be, or the way I see it is, we're all soul and spirit. And so within that lifetime, that soul and our spirit is going through deep things within things that is all leading them up to all different areas of life past that lifetime. It's like deeper than you think, right? And if you understand you're not your body, then a lot of the negative things in this realm don't seem as negative, in the sense of, like, you realize that it's only temporary in the grand scheme, that this person isn't stuck to the physical condition. So, for example, if someone's born super ugly in this body, in this lifetime, in the next lifetime they might be born super attractive. And it's all based on the energy of how they are as a soul. If you're a nasty, ugly, toxic person, but you were attractive in this lifetime, the universe might see fit to have you learn your lesson